Hello everyone, I'm Thomas, aka TomG 100, and welcome to my channel and this program showcasing a timepiece which to me is the ultimate GMT watch of all GMT watches of all times. This piece really is the mother of all GMT watches, and even in this day, wearing a watch of such prominence will induce none other than people's total recognition and wonderment. Now, you may already have read or know a lot about the history of this timepiece, but this is what makes Tumji W100 special. Tumji W100 gathers all the key facts in one pile of information so that you won't have to go to many different places or sources in order to retrieve that data you may need to have on a iconic timepiece such as this. It's like reading the Gospels of Luke and Matthew at every Christmas. We just can't get enough. Their history is to be told over and over again. And had baby Jesus been born in the 1950s, then he would have told us that 1954 was the year in which God descended on earth with all the angels in heaven to make Rolex introduce the Submariner, the Explorer, the Chronograph, and the GMT Master to all people at the Basel Watch Fair as a heavenly creation to the new world of horology. During the late 40s and the early 50s, civil aviation had become far more frequent. Pilots having to keep track of multiple time zones were making increasing requests for a utility watch, enabling them to read different time zones when using the same watch. The Pan Am company was looking for a watch that was able to display multiple time zones at the same time as they started to operate transatlantic flights. Having an accurate wristwatch was an absolute necessity for pilots in those days. The GMT Master wasn't only popular amongst Pan Am pilots, also NASA and US Air Force pilots started wearing them. Also business people who traveled to different time zones for many reasons started wearing the Rolex GMT Master. The very first Rolex GMT Master model in 1954 was given the reference number 6542 and consisted of a regular 6202 model chronograph watch being equipped with a 24-hour bezel and the 1036 caliber movement. The caliber 1036 had 25 joules and approximately 30 hours power reserve. The 6542 model of the 38mm case diameter could offer 50 meter or 165 feet water resistance. It came without crown guards. Even back then it was equipped with a bi-directional bezel. It was the first Rolex model to have a Cyclops lens, the glass made of plexiglass, the bezel made with a bakelite insert being replaced after 2 years in 1956 by an aluminum bezel due to premature fracture damages. The design of the watch had been designated Captain Frederick Libby and René Paul Jeanneret, respectively representing Pan Am and Rolex. René Paul Jeanneret, manager of Rolex Public Relationships, came up with the idea of fitting a rotating 24-hour bezel. The first GMT Master model 6542 stayed in production until 1959, though sales would continue far out in 1963. The 6542 has subsequently been nicknamed Pussy Galore, a female character played by Honor Blackman in the 1964 James Bond film Goldfinger. In this movie, the alleged lesbian female pilot wears the 6542 model made clearly visible in this picture by the lacking crown guards. Probably the first female ever to wear a men's Rolex watch. In 1983, Rolex introduced the first GMT Master Mark II with the reference number 16760. The Mark II model would differ from previous versions by having an extra thick casing and thicker crown guards, thus nicknaming it the Fat Lady. It became the first GMT Master fitted with sapphire crystal. The 24-hour hand became independently adjustable, and the model was premiered for the first time in the black-red coke combination, being the only combination made available with this model. The Rolex GMT Master 6542 has subsequently been replaced by 6 different versions, the latest 7th model being the 11610 with the ceramic bezel, introduced in 2007 with a larger case, blue parachrome hairspring, numbers made of precious metals, Rolex engraving on the inner bezel, and the new 3186 movement. In 2014, Rolex introduced the newest Pepsi dial GMT Master 2 since 2007, this time only made available in white gold and being the first watch ever to be made with ceramic in red color. Now, brother, you should really consider whether this is worthwhile. Are you gonna go out and spend yet another 7,000 US on a second-hand GMT watch you don't need? Will this watch turn me into an asshole? Are people going to hate me for wearing this watch? My family? Ooh, Thomas, you spent that much money on yet another watch. Do I need a $10,000 GMT at all? Am I worthy of having a Rolex GMT Master at all? Am I a homosexual?
Hey, wait a minute. I never thought so. I never thought that.
Am I some kinky transvestite who like to put on some makeup and dress up in women's clothing?
Up. Shut up, will ya?
Oh, I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you. Oh, you're so funny. You're just so funny, man.